Alright, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna annoy some people who love the whole passive income narrative. My digital product business isn't passive by any means, it's systemized. And that difference matters because if you feel behind and you feel like you're not making any segue in your business, it's not because you're bad at design or you're bad at business, it's because you don't actively have back-end systems doing the work for you while you're not actively working. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through my exact back-end systems to keep my digital product business afloat. The tools, the workflow, how everything connects so I'm not starting from scratch every single day. What's up guys, my name is Nathan, and if you're new here, I run a digital product business on Etsy by selling Canva templates, and I create content about building online income in a way that's realistic and sustainable. Today, we're talking all about the back end side of the business. Not the aesthetic part, not what I should sell, the systems that make the business feel stable. Because when you run a digital business, you're juggling product creation, research, SEO, operations, and marketing. And if you don't have systems for each of those things, everything turns into chaos very, very quickly. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Part 1 is my daily system. The most important system in my business isn't a tool, it's a rule. Every single day, I set aside 3 hours of uninterrupted work time to where I can grind out my business. That means no TV, no scrolling, no just checking on my phone. Because if I don't protect that time, my entire day turns into reacting to other people instead of building my business. During those 3 hours, I'm only doing one of the 3 things, okay? I'm either creating products, updating SEO and listings, or doing research and planning for future products. And the key to this system working is I'm not trying to do everything in one single day. I'm doing the highest prioritized task first before distractions kick in. After those 3 hours are over, that's when it's go time. That's when I film content, answer messages, work out, or handle admin tasks. But that 3-hour quiet block is an absolute non-negotiable in my business. That is literally how I get every single thing done and how my business is as successful as it is today. So my recommendation to you is to set aside at least 1 to 2 hours every single day of uninterrupted, quiet, focused time. Because if you can't even get that for your business, you will never move the needle in the direction that you want it to move with all these external distractions hindering you from designing or creating or researching. Part 2 is going to be the tool shack. So this means Canva Pro, okay? Canva Pro is the foundation of my entire business model, not just because I design there, but because it's how I deliver the products to my customer as well. The biggest reason why I use Canva Pro is for template links. Buyers can click a link, make a copy instantly, and start using the template without any back and forth. And that's what makes this a true digital product. And now when I use Canva, I don't just open it and wing it, okay? I have systems for how I use Canva. I keep brand kits, saved color palettes, font patterns, layout styles, and reusable components like buttons, headings, dividers, all that good stuff. That way, when I'm assembling my designs, I'm not reinventing the wheel every single time. I also organize my Canva files by category, themes, and product type. It sounds completely excessive, I know, but once you have dozens and dozens of products, I promise this will save you so much time in the long run. The next thing I use is Pinterest and Etsy for inspiration. Now, this is where I get ideas from other people without copying, okay? I'm not copying the designs. I'm getting ideas and I'm getting inspiration and signals based on what these sellers are selling, if that makes sense. When I'm browsing on Pinterest and Etsy, I'm looking for a few different things. I'm looking for spacing, I'm looking for font hierarchy, I'm looking for color direction, I'm looking for similar patterns. I'm just looking for a whole bunch of different layouts that would make sense to integrate into my business. Pinterest shows you what's pretty and what people are already saving, and that's a good indicator to let you know that people are probably going to be buying that same product on Etsy. So once I've done that, I'll usually take 10 to 15 screenshots and look for common denominators, which gives me kind of my design direction I want to go with my new product. One of my favorite things to do is to build a color palette from some of the top performing Etsy listings that are on the market. Here's exactly how I do it. I open one of the top listings, I screenshot the image with the strongest colors, upload it into Canva, and use the color picker to pull 5 to 8 colors. Then I usually organize those into a structured palette. So 1 primary color, 1 secondary color, 1 accent, 1 light neutral, and 1 dark neutral. I label everything and save it into a brand kit. Now every design stays consistent and professional. The next tool I use is Midjourney. Midjourney is such a cool system because it gives you access to all these different types of AI photos that look really, really unique and you can't really get them anywhere else. However, it is a premium. It's like $30 a month, which kind of is steep for some people. But for me, I view it as an investment because it aids my business and helps me create products that come at more of a premium price. But once again, I love Midjourney for my business. That does not mean you need it for your business at all. It's just an extra addition, if you will. The next tool I use is ChatGPT. And when I'm telling you guys this is my baby, this is my boo, I use it to help write descriptions, workbook content, instructions, educational text, literally the whole shebang. Anything in my business that has anything to do informationally, ChatGPT has had a part of. Say I'm creating a fitness workbook and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'll say, Chat, can you create me 50 pages filled with fitness content that would make sense for a workbook to sell to fitness gurus? And within seconds, you guys, ChatGPT will come up with 50 different content pages, all having to do with fitness, which I can can then use and go back and put in my Canva template. Like, it's insane. So ChatGPT has been imperative for me to get into niches that I never thought I would have normally been able to get into, because it's provided me with information to make graphics for these niches. Now, Alura is my prized possession, you guys. I literally live by this tool. It's the reason why I don't have a 9-to-5. Alura is a product research and SEO tool, and I basically use this tool to validate ideas before I spend days creating something nobody wants. It shows me search volume, competition, and trends, and it really doesn't guarantee me sales, but it gives me clarity as to what is selling on Etsy. If you want to check out Alura, the link's below in my bio. I highly recommend it if you are starting in your Etsy business. It is one tool that I absolutely recommend you do not skip over. And the last tool I use is Vela Labs. So Vela Labs is basically an operations tool. It lets me bulk edit Etsy listings, so if I ever have to update shop policies or disclaimers or change descriptions across all of my listings, I can do it in minutes instead of doing it in hours individually one by one through the Etsy platform. It's truly one of those tools you never think you'll need until you actually need it. Part 3 is the glue system. Now, this is where I feel like most people fall apart. If your files are messy, your business is messy, okay? I keep one main folder for my entire business. Inside of it are all my listing images, my disclaimers, my product photos. The whole shebang is inside this one folder in Canva. And so once I export the folder, it basically contains the Canva link with the PDF, the product photos, the listing descriptions, the tags, all of that good stuff. And having this folder is imperative to my business because it keeps me organized, and I never feel like I'm having to go from this file to this file to that file to that file. It's all condensed into one big file, and I know exactly where I need to go every single time I need to upload a new listing. And the cool thing about it too is in Canva, everything is saved. So as long as it's in that folder, I'm able to reuse and re-edit as much as I want, and I will continue to upload as many listings as I so desire. So that's the backend system I use to run my digital business. It's not perfect, it's not amazing, but it works for me. I have a protected deep work block, a tool stack that actually makes sense for my business, and glue systems that keep everything organized when I'm ready to upload a future listing. And remember, you don't need all these tools at once, but you do need a system, because we all know that motivation fades, but systems is really what will make your business scale. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys took a lesson from today's video, and hopefully maybe a tool that you might implement into your new system on Etsy, who knows? And if signing up for Alura sounds like something that you're ready for, remember to click my link below and it'll take you directly there. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.